Hello, dwellers, for and fellow. Welcome back to the channel. Imamakli Zatu Komagaza. And this is Lee Sage. And we're going to do a weekly Ouroboros 20. What is it? 21st. So for the 28th. This would be for the 28th. 28th Ouroboros. Let's see what kind of energy and stuff we got going on here. While I cut this, I'm gonna sage because the last freaking weekly interrupted my energy with some nonsense. Wish this shit would just catch fire and light instead of half-ass catching fire. Catch fire, bro. What are you doing? Catch fire. That's what I mean. Cool. That's probably not the best idea for that. Alright, so now that we kind of get this stuff coming into here, that's why I had this shit right in the middle, just so that it's freaking getting into here and clearing my table. Boom. Put this back here like so. Alright, so weekly Ouroboros for the 28th. Alright. First card we have is Wheel of the Year. Amazing. So, you, my friend, are on a huge, completely different life path. This is going from delivery driver to NASCAR driver just because you're good at driving. Something that you've been doing mediocrely for mad years and stuff. You kind of take that and then implement it into a more sporty or intense type energy thing. And it, opportunities here, ending of old, beginning of new. Also, fresh start with things as well, completely new threat. It's a whole year past of just the cycles and things and harvests and Sabbaths. So this is literally blank canvas, paint happy trees type of opportunity stuff thing going on here. But let's get into the card, right? Cycles. A fearless green dragon mounds a wheel with her tail wrapped around its stone perimeter. It would appear that she is turning it. 8 spokes fan out from a central pentagram, and at the tip of each is a symbol representing the Sabbaths. As the wheel turns, so does the year, and each of these 8 holidays is com commemorated beginning at Shahim, the pumpkin, Halloween, even fall. Nature buds and sheds its leaves through Yule, Imbolc, Ostra, Beltane, Letham, Lugstra, and Mabul. The Wheel of the Year is a card of cycles. Throughout the seasons, things sprout, grow, and then wither and die. This is a fact of life, and we must allow it to flow naturally without resistance or interruptions. Letting things take its course. You don't like letting things take its course. You like having things controlled and doing as you want to do when you're ready to do them, which then disrupts the natural order of things to happen. This is your problem. Okay, you need to stop doing that. This is why things are messing up and everything. Because instead of you taking the season for what it is in that moment and just being there, whether things are dying or not, or moving forward or not, or whatever, you try to then critique and strategize and do things to accomplish what you want instead of just accepting that, well, this was the old thing and now this is the new thing. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. That's how you need to respond. That's how we need to work and walk through life. It's just like that. I'm with this person. We've gone 5 years, 20 years, 7 years, 3 years, whatever the heck. And then this something disrupts or withers and dies away, which means it has reached its, end of its span, of the end of its cycle. So you let that go, let it die, and then you move forward to a new seeds being born, new stuff, and everything right there. You, however, don't like to do that. This thing is dying and everything, and then you're, instead of moving forward, putting everything and all your stuff into this thing that's already dead. It's just wasting your resources, wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting your health. Okay. If you've drawn this card, you are being reminded that life is about change. Life is about change. Life is about change. There are often many changes in life that we are incapable of preventing. Incapable of preventing. Incapable of preventing. Not all these things will be all life altering. And while some we will be feared, others will be welcomed. The large dragon confirms that change is taking effect and reminds you that sometimes the best course of action is to go with the flow. The wise person will recognize when participation is pointless and it is best to stand back and not react. Now is a time to yield and understand that the universe has a greater plan, even if it's not what you had expected. Period. Doesn't matter what you know, what you've gone through, how you did things, how you always used to do this, or this is how stuff has always went, or this is how I always did things. None of that matters because change is like the main core, the main thing of life. Everything changes. We go from a freaking tiny sperm cell seed to a grown ass fucking person that has 20 freaking kids, grandparents, and everything the frick else. That is a major change. We change from having gills while in the womb, while we're being created, to having lungs when we get out and we're given birth for. And that's like genetic type change. So when it comes to mediocre material 3D type change things, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Don't care about any of it. It's very simple. This is what was, this is what is. And that's that. This was how you used to be stuff. This is now how you used to do stuff. Everyone else is just going to have to accept that. That's it. There is no what about this or what about that or adding this. None of that shit matters. The wheel of the year is here. It is literally saying divine order is at play regardless of what you think, what you say, what you do. If something's supposed to be, it will be. If something's not supposed to be, it will not be. And it also represents letting go of controlling what you think should be and what you think shouldn't be. Because that's not the order of things. Everything's already set and predestined in a certain way to do stuff. Us human beings here now watching this and yous watching this at this time here now are only maybe the 50th fucking generation of human beings prior to everything else. Everything that you do and know and think and all the stuff like that came from other people going with the flow following their thoughts, following their ideas, writing them down, created. Look at Da Vinci, creating war machines and stuff like that. He had an idea, he wrote it down, he took materials and he put it together. And he just went with that flow and created all this other stuff that we now look at and take for granted and don't even pay attention to or don't even realize it, don't even do it proper like appraisal or pleasing or even creating a holiday. Same thing with Tesla. He took AC current, so these are people that got their message, got a sign, had some sort of effect things like, oh, I like doing this thing right there, so I'm just going to do this thing right there because that's what I'm being guided to do is this thing right there. In them doing this thing right there, they then develop all these things here because they went with it and entrusted it. They didn't hold back or stop or say no because they wanted to stay in this person with this relationship or they wanted to keep working at this fucking 9 to 5 job bullshit thing. Like, no, they were entrepreneurs. They followed their hearts, their passions, their desires, and they went for it, not worrying about the outcome, just worried about the experience of it. So there's all that. Opening word. So let's see. Let's get with like the tarot now. Let's see. Wheel of the year. Okay, where's this leading to? What's the point of this? Where's this going? Let's go. For you, the wheel of the year, because we're bringing it back down. That was like a channeled message. So we're bringing it back down. On the 28th, the week of the 28th, starting with Tuesday, you have the wheel of the year. So you will be literally on the end of an old cycle in the beginning of a new. Okay? That's where you're at. So on that day, when you're seeing this, okay, at that moment, whatever you're dealing with right there that is familiar is now done with. And whatever you're dealing with that is unclear or new is where you're heading to. And that's all you have to do this week. Make that decision to travel towards that destination, the unknown clear destination. That one leads to a mountaintop, that one leads into the woods somewhere. You can see the mountaintop, so you know where that one goes, but you don't know where this other one goes. Breaks off into the woods. Go and find out. That's simple. You will be okay, but what if I get hurt or what if this has happened? Then you will still be okay. What if you don't get hurt? What if nothing happens? Then you still will be okay. Just fucking do it. Tuesday. Knight of Wands. That's a good sign. Now we're communicating with that passion fire energy. We're not worried about if it's going to backfire and get rejected. We're not worried about if it's going to receive. We know that we have this feeling. We have these thoughts. We have these emotions. We have this idea or this thing that we want with this particular thing, this particular job, this particular person. And we're going off the feel alone. We're not using the brain. We're not thinking about the goods and the pros and cons. We're going off the feel. This feels like I want to go over to this person and squeeze them, hug them, and give them a kiss. Then you go over to that person, you squeeze them, you hug them, you give them a kiss. Even if it's a stranger, okay? It's the feel. The Knight of Wands is very passionate. It has a feeling to do something. It gets very passionate about doing something, then it does it. It's not worried about if it's going to go good or bad. It can handle itself. It's a knight. It has armor. It has its weapons. It's ready for war if it has to. It's also ready to be chill or relaxed if it has to. The main point of this card is acting on the feel, acting on the vibe, acting on that passion thing that you're being pulled towards. This could be so simple as I really want a cup of ice cream right now. And then you go and you leave work to go get a cup of ice cream, and then you come back to work if you have to, or whatever the heck else. But it's literally acting like that. That is the true Nine of Wands energy, is that impulsive effect, acting thing, not worried about consequences and stuff like that. Okay? So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, the High Priestess. Now you have the intuition. So if you're worried if it's the right type of passion or acting, this is yes, because the intuition knows all, says nothing. It's a gut feel, it's a vibe, it's spiritually guided. Your soul, your spirit is saying, yes, you can go and do this thing at this time, even if it seems unorthodox or weird, even if it cost you the job. Okay, this is a part of the ending and heading to new cycles. Everything that you have and you know and are familiar with will be getting letting go of, and everything that you're heading to that's unclear and dark no is what you're supposed to be following intuition. Your intuition will never lie and lead you fear, and you are the Knight of Wands, so you have what it takes to succeed and accomplish any trials or tribulations that may come from this. Okay, Thursday we have the Knight of Swords. Now we have communication as well. And again, this is again that very fast paceful action thing. So what you then put out then comes back to you Thursday. Okay? Maybe in the form of thoughts or maybe in the form of a conversation. Okay? Knight of Wands. This message thing, this comes in here, this truth is revealed, this light is shown on the situation. Okay? Friday. And there it is, the Two of Cups. Now you have, and I want to read this one because this is a different depiction from the other one. Ah, is that a man and woman? It is a man and woman. I didn't know. They both look like women. A man and a woman gaze into one another's eyes with undivided attention. The blonde woman and the brown-haired man represent the combination of the two opposite polarities. Note the bright light in the heavens extended down in a ring, compassioning the male and female all right upon each cup. Aligning upon each cup. There we go. So, yeah, note the bright light in the heavens extending down in a ring encompassing the male and female, aligning upon each cup, which appears to draw and hold them together. This is the card of union. The ace has now progressed into two energies, male and female. The energy of the Ace of Cups now manifests into reality, finding expression in the form of two cups. This beautiful card is always a welcoming sight with regard to romantic relationships. When the Two of Cups appears, it shows growth in a relationship. Whether the stage you have reached together, it represents moving to the next level. For some, and with the indication surrounding cards, this can represent commitment, engagement, or marriage. Either way, it is an important union. You have the Knight of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords. So there's two knights matching energy right there. Both are hasteful, fast acting and stuff right there. One is more passionate, love heart based. The other one is more mind heart witted based. The card in the middle of them is the High Priestess. This is the polarity, dark and light, female masculine, high above, so below. Intuition. So this is spirit as well. So spirit, like in the High Priestess would be the light that's joining the two cups, the one coming from the Knight of Wands, the one coming from the Knight of Swords. Okay? Towards this Two of Cups, towards this union. With the Two of Cups, the relationship is surrounded by an atmosphere of harmony, balance, kindness, and a silent understanding that words cannot express. Such is the delight of this bond, that somehow life can be imagined without the other. That somehow life cannot be imagined without the other. You are deliciously intoxicated, and the feeling is neutral with the wonderful energies of this card. If there have been quarrels or disputes between loved ones, then the Two of Cups can bring reconciliation and recovery of the emotions that originally held this unity together. So it's like back to the basics. What was the adhesive that kept you stuck like glue. Okay? What was the adhesive in the relationship? It was the Knight of Wands, so the very fast, passionate action, hasty stuff. It was the intuition, the soul connection vibe that you felt with this person, and it was the way the communication went, being able to communicate and express and be able to be yourself. These are the key components to the success of this Wheel of Fortune, this new cycle of this relationship with the Two of Cups. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and again, that's Friday. Friday seems to be like the freaking day for this kind of stuff. I wonder why. Saturday comes, then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. So now, what you reap, what you sow, what you communicate, what you work on, now gets to spin and starts moving forward. And then, in it moving forward, then starts drawing the things that you've already asked for because it's now generating these things. Saturday. Sunday, the Emperor. There we go. Standing in the power, make a decision, being firm, being disciplined, owning up to it, being the Emperor. What is an emperor? Emperor is in charge of a fucking dynasty. What is a dynasty? A dynasty consists of multiple kingdoms. What are kingdoms? Kingdoms are multiple town, city things that kings individually rule through. The emperor is above all of this. Okay? It's bigger. Way bigger. Monday, we have Temperance. Little break period. Just kind of like maybe dealing with like the whiplash of all this intense energy that's like kind of happening here. Intense communication, intense energy, real strong love vibes, emperors coming in here, stabilities, foundation, stuff like that. New cycle starting, so there's a lot of playing factors and things that are going on here. Back to Tuesday, leading to the Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords even here? Probably because the Temperance. Because in taking quick, decisive action, following intuition, quick communication, expressing the feelings, going for the chance, standing in your power, being the Emperor, making that decision, taking those actions, then we have the Temperance. So it's like you have all this motivation, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. Then this person or you, whoever, pulls up with the Temperance energy, like, well, let me wait a second. Immediately, big fight, Five of Swords. Immediately, it starts breaking things down. Then the Knight of Cups comes out. Okay. So now we're like really expressing stuff. Now we're getting the Divine Wish being granted here. And then there's the Empress. Like, so even with that though, instead of just going with the flow of things, okay, just going with the flow this week of the 28th, okay, you're doing so good. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday comes, and then boom, something fucks it up, or something tries to fuck it up. And then if it succeeds, now you have this fight, the Five of Swords, which then starts breaking down everything that was just built. But before it gets too crazy, then the intuition, I guess, finally kicks in. And then you finally express your fucking feelings and what you truly, really want and desire from this thing, right? Is to be the fucking Empress next to your Emperor, right? Which is what you wanted the whole time in the first place. But instead of just taking action and stuff, instead of just going with the flow of things, what are you doing? You're being the dragon, sitting on a stone, controlling it, turning it how you want to, instead of fucking going with the flow and how it's already going. Ridiculous. Four of Swords. I'm done with this energy. Rest, rejuvenation. Get your shit together. Stop trying to control everything. If you feel passionate about something, act on it. You want to say something, say it. If your intuition's pulling you towards someone, go towards it. Just do what the fuck you're being told to be. Do what the fuck you're being told to do. And everything works out. 28. Do what the fuck you're told to do. Everything works out. You don't do what you're told to do, fights and stagnation comes in here, and then you risk losing the Empress. You risk losing this Divine Wish being granted with this true love offer and this divine counterpart. Up to you. I'm so tired of this fucking energy.